Let's make sure that these people absolutely realize they need us. And let's drag this thing out as long as possible to make sure that these people wake up every day checking the news to make sure that we tell them what to do. And if we get away with it for about 18 months through COVID, we'll condition them all to realize that the government sets the agenda for everything and they'll all play ball. And we'll get rid of the most valuable thing on earth called think for yourself. I was in the gym this morning, right? This is just off the top of my head. I haven't even thought about this, so it could be taken the wrong way, but fuck it, right? I was in the gym this morning, and it always amazes me when people go in the gym and they put the news on, right? So there's like a couple of guys who come in the gym every morning, you know, on these fancy screens, this treadmill or whatever. Every morning these guys come in. First thing they do, put the fucking news on, right? As if they haven't been watching it in their house before they wake up, right? So the news comes on and I can see the headlines. And you know, the thing coming across as I'm doing my little workouts behind them, and I'm having a little laugh at the prospect of them trying to get themselves motivated for the day while watching the total number of deaths in the last 12 hours, right? And these are educated people doing this. And on the news this morning, the headline was in Orlando about how the government in Orlando, the mayor of Orlando, whoever he is, whoever the dude is in Orlando, right? He's got a funny name, I can't remember him. Buddy Dyer or somebody like that he's called, right? And he is protesting his love for business, right? This is what it was. So it caught my attention, so I watched it. And I watched the sub-headlines as it was going across. And his plan isn't to hurt businesses, right? But he has to find them. He has to find the bars, right? He has to find the gyms. He has to do it. And it's with a heavy heart that he has to label these business owners criminals, right? And it's with a heavy heart that he has to fine the gym owner this morning $5,000 for opening his gym, right? It's with a heavy heart that he has to do that, and he's adamant he's not wanting to punish the business owner. So I sat and thought to myself, how would I deal with this, right? If I was the politician, right? What about this, right? Instead of blaming the fucking business owner, right? If there's 25 people in that gym, find the fucking lot of them, right? And if there's a problem in the restaurant, there's 10 people in the restaurant not wearing a mask or not adhering to the rules, find the fucking lot of them, right? Don't just find the business owner $5,000. Why don't we go, there is a $5,000 fine on this establishment right now, and anybody that we observe not wearing a mask, not doing the 6 foot thing, not washing their hands like they're supposed to, every one of you collectively is paying the fine. Oh no. It's all on the business owner. Blame the business owner. Always, as always. But my point, right? My point is this. There's not a single person alive right now who doesn't know 6 foot apart, wash your hands and wear a mask. That to me, if you go in that restaurant, you know the rule. As does the business owner. So why are we chastising the business owner? If I, as an individual, want to take responsibility for my life to go into a restaurant, then I'm subject to the same, should be, even though the fine is a load of bullshit anyway. But let's say we are going to enforce it. Why is every single person in that restaurant not being responsible for it? I tell you for why. Because the government wants to control every single thing. But what we should be doing is saying, okay, cool. Let's make the individuals responsible for themselves. And if you go into a restaurant and you don't wear a mask and you don't stay 6 foot apart, we're fining you. And collectively, you are all responsible for it. That's the right way to do it. Because then we start to actually condition human beings that they're responsible for themselves. Because what happens, and this is the bit that I'm absolutely adamantly against, what happens is if you condition and you turn people into morons, where right now people are going into toilets being told how to wash their hands. How to wash your fucking hands. How degrading. That we've got to a point in life where you having to go into a toilet to be told how to wash your hands. Think for yourself. They won't do that, right? And this is the problem with society. It's conditioning you not to have to think. It's somebody else's fault, and this is my rant. It's not the business owner's fault if I'm not sticking to the rules. It's my fucking fault if I'm not sticking to the rules, not the business owners. It's not the gym owners. It's not the restaurant owners. It's my fault. Absolute 100% total responsibility for your own life. That's my biggest fear of what's happening with COVID. It's another excuse for somebody to absolve themselves from needing to take responsibility for their life. I know the rules now. I know the deal. People are whinging, right? I remember having a conversation a few weeks back with somebody. This is true. In Starbucks, right? After Natalie's gym class. Husband of one of the girls that she goes to. I think we need to start enforcing lockdown. He said, I think that the government in Florida needs to get a bit stricter on lockdown because the cases are rising. I looked at him and I was like, you're in fucking Starbucks. Why don't you start your own lockdown and go home? Knobhead. Don't come to Starbucks and have a conversation with me about wanting to lock everybody down, right? Now, if we were having this conversation on FaceTime in your house, I might have some respect for you. But not when we're sat in Starbucks talking about locking everybody down. Start your own fucking lockdown. Go home. Why don't you start your own lockdown from home, dick? But this is what you're dealing with. Seriously, this is the level of hypocrisy that you're dealing with all day, every fucking day. And this is my point. You've got to wake up from it. I have no agenda against governments or whatever, right? I'm not paranoid. I'm not one of these who wakes up every day thinking the governments are out to get you. I just think they're thick. That's it. They're thick. They're stupid. They're dumb, right? And what they're doing is absolving people from making decisions and holding themselves responsible. I absolutely believe in the human race. I absolutely believe that an individual is capable of wonderful things, but not under the current regime, because you don't have to think for yourself. That's the problem. The biggest fundamental danger that you've got to achievement and success is anything around you that strips you of the ability to think for yourself. I promise you. Think for yourself. Look at every situation and ask, is this somebody else's belief? Is this somebody else's inability to be successful that they're projecting onto me? The answer is 99.9% of the time, yes. Like, I'm staring at this bloke in his 40s, probably nearly 50. And he sat there fucking whinging with his coffee in his hand. Like, at the very least, you could have ordered the thing on an app and fucked off home. Like, you could have gone home. Do you know what I mean? Let's not have too many morals here, son. Like, come on. Let's not be too principled, you know? Let's have a little bit of leeway. Yeah, this governor, he's slagging the governor. He's not doing a good job. He needs to start locking. I think we need to start getting back. Hang on. You're outside in the middle of Starbucks having a conversation with me. This is people all over the world. Every single day, every minute of it. Thick. They are. No, and I mean it respectfully. I know you won't believe me when I do. I do mean it respectfully. They're not using this. Thanks for watching this video. And if you found it helpful, and if you now find yourself thinking, I wonder what else this person can help me with, head over to paulgough.com/books, where you can find my best-selling books, which will show you how to add more profit to your practice. Or send an email to paul@paulgough.com to ask about how we can help you accelerate the growth and profitability of your clinic. And by the way, if you know anybody who would find this helpful, please share this video out. Thanks so much.